Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mark Nowotarski, producer of the documentary that's taking the professional wrestling world by storm, Battles, Bouts and Brawls, the story of professional wrestling in Detroit and its surrounding areas. And let me tell you, there are so many people in this program to give you an idea of the impact that pro wrestling out of Detroit has and still has and has had over the country and over the world is in this program. Ox Baker, the man with the heart punch, Kevin Nash, Sabu, Rob Van Dam, Ring of Honor's Truth Martini, and Jimmy Jacobs, the Rude Boy, Rudy Hill, XICW's DBA. You'll hear lost interviews, archival interviews with the Sheik and his manager Abdullah Farouk, Pompero Firpo, and Wild Bull Curry. Long lost interviews uncovered. You'll hear them talking about pro wrestling in Detroit. Hollywood producer, director, and former wrestler Fred Olin Ray is in this program. Historians from around the country. But right now, let's hear what educator, radio show host, talk show host, and associate producer of the motion picture The Wrestler. I'm talking now about Evan Ginzburg. Let's hear what Evan has to say about pro wrestling in Detroit and its impact.
Some of the best nights of my life was spent watching wrestling, and the fact that we've preserved this on film with The Wrestler, and even with some of the radio interviews, which will float around in cyberspace long after I'm gone, you know, people, I want to listen to this guy's interview, and some of the wrestlers, you know, they're in a like a Killer Kowalski, you know, in a different age, in a different time, 500 years ago, he would have been a king. He would have been a king. These guys have wined and dined with kings. These guys have wrestled in front of oil sheiks. These guys have wrestled in front of royalty. They've traveled every corner of the globe. They're a lot more interesting and diverse and eclectic than most 9-to-5ers. True, you have the women chasing, you know, drinking, drug abusing, you know, macho, you know, jerks, but you also have some very, very interesting people who are larger than life. And having worked in both worlds, film and wrestling, I would say for the most part, the wrestlers are far more charismatic and larger than life than the actors.
And that, folks, was Evan Ginzburg. Thank you, Evan. Now, how can you get Battles, Bouts and Brawls, or the documentary just before it, which I produced, The Sheik, Wrestling's Greatest Villain? Folks, go to insent.net. Click the links, and within a short span of time, you'll have the documentaries taking the wrestling world by storm. Can be yours.
To solve this, we're gonna count to 3.